Faculty Podcast. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining. Welcome to the Noble Faculty Podcast.
Oh, hi.
I am the host, Tobalashe, and in the studio with me today, I have one of my sisters. We actually haven't seen each other for a while.
In ages. It's been months.
Welcome onto the podcast,
Thank
Vicky.
you. It's a pleasure to be on here.
Thank you very much. And I brought my sister on. I brought Vicky on because in the time that we haven't seen each other, we've both made very good moves, very powerful moves.
Yeah, a lot's been happening.
A lot's been happening. And I'll tell you now, Vicky was one of the people who inspired me to chase my goals. And I'll tell you the reason. Yeah, because Vicky, from the time I met you, you've always been about, right, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? In fact, I want you to tell us what exactly you do, because you're not here just because you're my sister. You know that. You make moves. So I want you to list all the things you've done, all the things you're doing.
Wow, where do I begin? As Bro said, my name is Vicky Adejumobi. I am, first of all, a mum.
Yes.
A new mum. I am also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I also work in HR.
Yes.
I'm all of those things and more.
So, what are some of your entrepreneurial?
So, I'm
pursuits?
in the beauty industry. So, I do hair, permanent makeup,
Yes.
lash extensions.
Don't just say lash extensions. You've got your own line.
I do have my
Thank
own
you.
line of lashes. Yes, I do.
Called
Vashes.
Thank you.
I think my old beauty thing is Vashes Beauty.
Yes.
Yeah, I have my own line of lash extensions, and I actually do what's the word for it? Do lash extensions on people as well. I do microblading, which is a form of semi-permanent eyebrows.
Oh, okay.
I also do makeup as well.
And you have your own, I don't know, salon.
I have my own little studio. Yes, I do.
So you see, so you're underselling yourself here.
I think I tend to a lot. I tend to.
Hey, listen, don't. And now you've started a new venture.
Yes, I have. So I've just started a new podcast with a friend of mine. We're both new moms, and it's called Two Tired Moms.
Yes.
So, I mean, the whole idea stemmed, actually, funny enough, we got the name from our husbands because myself and Shirley both had, we were both pregnant together. Our babies are 1 day apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're both 1 day apart. So we've been through the journey together, and it's a running joke where every time we would always be like, we're tired, I'm tired. So that was a thing for our husbands, and they were just like, why don't you guys just start a podcast and call it Two Tired Mums? And we're like, oh, okay, that's a good idea, actually. Why not? Why not? We might as well. So yeah, we've started. We started that. Our episodes go live every Tuesday.
Okay.
So.
And the one I was listening to was the one you were saying, you were talking about, they never tell you about what
things they never tell you.
Yes, that was the one.
Do you know what? It's funny because whilst we were both going through pregnancy, we would just thought to ourselves like, okay, yeah, everybody tells you, yeah, be pregnant. Yeah, pregnancy is good. It's fun. You know, yeah, you swell up. But nobody tells you like the details, like everything that actually happens. I mean, it's different for every woman, but like nobody goes in detail and tell you that, you know, you're going to get hemorrhoids. What's that? You know, you're going to be sick. You're going to get anemia. You're going to get diabetes. These are key things that we need to know as women. Like, I need to know that my body is going to do a 360 on me and I'm not going to be in control.
You see, this is the funny thing. I don't know about other men.
Yeah.
When my wife has been pregnant, for our 3 children, I just find her so much more attractive.
Must be nice.
I just look at her. Like, I don't know. She just does something to me. Like, I can assure you that the attraction increases when she's pregnant.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's something about her being a woman, that force of nature is just...
I mean, I guess looking at it from the outside, it must... I don't know. I don't see the attraction. I mean...
Really?
I don't want to say I hated being pregnant. I did like being pregnant, but at the same time, I like my body. Like, I was a small size. I still am size 8, petite. And I liked that. Being pregnant, I was just like, I'm big.
I saw you. Did I see you when you were pregnant? You didn't.
I don't think nobody saw me. I don't think anybody saw me when I was pregnant.
Okay, no, I don't think so. I don't remember you being. You've never been big.
No, I wasn't big. I was rounded. So it was more, I was more belly, to be honest, than anything. I didn't actually put on any weight. I was just more belly. Okay. I mean, even that for me was just like, this big belly. Like, where's my 6-pack gone? I want my 6-pack back. I'm probably never going to get it back, but hey.
Hey, listen. I just want you to know you are gorgeous however you are.
Thank you.
Right? Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, one, before you became a parent, before you became a mother, I've always known your drive. You've always been. I remember when you were doing these networking things.
Yeah.
You had this thing where it's like, what was it called? Where you had, what's what's the board thing?
Vision board.
Vision board.
Yes.
You had a vision board event.
Yes, I did.
You've had all these and then even you went on to say, all right, build your CV. You started the CV adjustment. Like, you do so many different things.
It's so crazy that you mentioned all these things, and I think being a mom has taken over such a big part of my life in the last year that I actually forget. I've forgotten everything that I used to do in a way. So, like, even like you said, even doing the vision board event, that's always been a big thing for me. Like, I like to see, put things down on paper and to see where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of years. Like, I'm the kind of person that I get all these ideas, and when I get an idea, I want to do it like now. If I don't do it now, it's like nothing's working and I can't function. Yeah. So even though it might not work out in the end, at least I know that I've done it and I've tried, and it failed. Cool. What's the next idea?
So you don't have a fear of failure when you go into
Never.
These things?
I just do it. I mean, what's the worst that will happen? I lose money. Okay, cool. More money will come.
Oh, I like that.
That's literally how I see it. Like, I invest, and I know, like, I've invested so much of my money into so many business ideas, and a lot of them have failed. I'm not even going to lie. Like, a lot of them have failed, but I'm just like, okay, cool. What's next?
Wow. But you see, it seems like I'm the total opposite to you see. Before I invest in anything, I need to think about it, research it, be sure about it, make sure this is what I really want. Like,
I wish I had that.
I wish I had what you have, because you can't be an entrepreneur, you can't be a business person.
There needs to be a balance, though.
There needs to be a balance, but you see, you can't be on. I agree, you can't be on either extreme. I agree with that, but I think I would rather have the motivation and the drive to go ahead with something than be tentative with it.
Yeah.
Because you would end up not doing anything.
I think for me, what has been my push and motivation has been, trying to find my purpose. So it's like, okay, what am I doing with myself? What am I giving back? What am I like? Okay, I've been put on her for a reason, but what is that reason? And I think that's why I've been so like motivated to do so many things. Like, okay, cool. Events. Am I good at events? I don't know. Let's do it. Let's give it a go. I enjoyed it for a bit. Not for me. And I moved on to the next thing. Beauty. Okay, I've been in and out of that for like the last few years of my life, but it's still going. So that seems to be like the main thing that I'm still holding on to, Even with my career, like, I studied biological science at uni.
Did you?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I studied. Yeah, I studied biological science at uni, and I just never went down. I just never.
So where did HR come from?
Exactly. Studied biological science at uni. Hated the idea of working in a lab. I didn't even apply for jobs in it. I just thought, not for me. It's never going to happen. But because I'd started the course at uni, I've been brought up to, when I start something, I have to finish it. I've been brought up in that way. So I just thought I'd finish the course, finished it. Honestly, when I finished uni, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. Like, I remember there was a time when I was at home one day and my mum came home and I was just crying because I just thought, a lot of my mates are out there working, doing something. I didn't have a job. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I had all these ideas, no source of income. Nothing was definite in my life at that point. And my mum was just like, you know what? You just have to keep trying. You're not going to know until you try something. You're not going to know what you want to do. And funny enough, Uncle Taiwo, he told me about HR.
Really?
He's the one that got me into it. So he sent me a few online courses that I looked into, and I thought, okay, this is something that might be interesting. I don't mind doing. And then I took another risk. I decided to do my CIPD.
I remember when you were doing your CIPD.
That cost me $3,000.
Yes, I remember.
I didn't have a job.
I remember that. I remember that very well because I remember when you were doing that.
Yeah. Luckily for me, by the time I started my CIPD, I got a job at Carphone. So I was paying for that course through my salary from Carphone. And then I just got into HR through that. And I've enjoyed it for the last 3 years or so. So it was a risk at the time to pay for a course that I don't even know if I'm going to end up doing or enjoying.
Honestly,
but
well done.
It's paid off. It's paid off.
Well done.
Sometimes you got to try.
And this is the thing. So what I've just taken from what you've said, number one, you need to remove that fear factor.
Yeah.
So even if you're planning and thinking about it, you can't be fearful. Like fear doesn't.
Yeah, I think that's definitely
the fear of failing.
I've never had that. That's one thing that I've never had. I think I've just always been like, what's the worst that would happen? Like, I'm not gonna die. I mean, that's literally the worst thing that can happen to anybody. If that's not there, then what's the worst that will happen? Wow. In anything you do, like literally, what's the worst that can come out of it? That's how I think. That's how I see things.
And you see, and this is one of the reasons why I've admired you for so long, because I didn't understand where you got the drive. Now I kind of understand, because it's like if you have the idea, you just need to get out there. You can't.
I mean, I think I got it from my mom, honestly. Like, my mom's you've met her. She's a different person. She's a powerful force. She's just, no matter where she is, you know she's there.
Funny enough, the last person I recorded with on this podcast is your sister.
Is it?
Yes. BJ, and shout out to BJ.
Yeah.
She's
the
got
Real
her
Mobalaji.
Yeah, Real Mobalaji. She's got her album out.
Yeah.
Along with me. And I was saying, she was telling me how, so we recorded. So this is where it came from. I recorded something with BJ, an event where she was performing, and your mom was singing back up. And I was looking at the video, and I looked at the video, and I'm not being funny. I looked into your mom's eyes from the video, and this one was proud.
Yeah.
And she was rocking and trying for, like, she would, and there was a part of the song when it was like, bend down, bend low, something like that.
And she's properly into it.
And I'm like, so one of the things I'm trying to get at here is you had the sort of, I don't want to say backing, support, foundation to enable you to chase your dreams.
I think my mom has been, the way we're set up, so me, my mom and my sister, we're so close, and we've all, come from, I don't want to use the word, we come from a broken family, but we've turned that into a positive and just kind of grown from it. Right. So rather than, we're a broken family, what will people say? My mom's always been like, okay, they said this, then what?
Okay.
Do they kill you? Are they paying your bills? Are they, like, so what if they say, like, it's one of those things where if somebody says something, they can't even say nothing. Like, if you say something about my mom or my sister, it's going down.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's going down.
I've had to tell you I won't go into it. I've had to tell you in a couple of situations, like, Vicky.
Like, you can't.
It's not every time.
Like, you can't talk bad about my family.
We can't turn up all the time. And
that's one thing. Like, I'm not a violent person, but if you say something about my family, I will tell you about yourself. Yeah. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. Like, because you don't know us. You don't know our story. You don't know where we've come from. So for you to think that you have a right to say something.
Yeah. I really do understand that. So your mom has been a very powerful
definitely
force
shout out to her.
You. Shout out to your mom. Because I don't know your mom too well, but I know your mom.
Yeah.
And for me, I told BJ, I said, the first time I saw your mom scared me. I don't mess with your mom. Like, she's always been nice. She's like, I just
nah, she's
like,
nice. Just don't step on her toes.
She's good. Like, for me, I just felt like, don't cross. And she's always been nice though.
She's an open book.
She's
an open book.
Yeah.
Like, she will tell you how it is.
Yes.
And if you don't like it, that's fine.
Yeah.
Stay back.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I like your mum.
Yeah.
I like your mum.
No, she's definitely been, and she's always been very supportive of whatever we want to do. So even BJ getting into music, like, she would literally pack her bags and fly with my sister to Nigeria to go and do her recordings. Yeah. Like, she's not your typical Nigerian mum. She's brought us up in a sense that we're able to talk to her about literally anything, right. Boyfriends, relationships, like. My mom knew all my boyfriends.
Really?
Even before I got married. I would literally like trap them and be like, oh mom, this is that guy. Just so if I'm missing, you know where I am. Like, she knew everybody. Like, she knew all my friends. Like, she's not in our business in a bad way, but we made her know our business. Like, mom, this is it. Yeah. Like, we're not hiding nothing from you. We have that type of relationship. And I'm very grateful for that, because not everyone has that.
Yeah, that's
not everybody has that. Like, whatever we want to do. Even when I was about to finish uni, she knew I wasn't happy with the course I was doing, but she was just like, you know what, you've started it, finish it, and then we move from there. She tried her best to, even do research, see what it is that I could do. Yeah. She's been very supportive, even of my business ideas. I want to do events. She'd be like, okay, so what do you need? How do we move forward? Like, okay, it's failed. What next? Wow. Like, she's been very, very supportive of everything that I do. So it's like, if I have an idea, I'm like, Mum, what do you think? I'm thinking to do this. Right. Vicky, I think you should do it this way, do that. Like, she's always been that person. She's like a, what's the word? My backing sound, support, like
sounding board, everything.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Shout out to mum. Shout out to all mums.
Yeah,
who never give up on their children's. Honestly,
I just hope to
emulate
that.
Yeah. Your lovely daughter.
Yes.
By the way, I just want to say your daughter's gorgeous. She is absolutely gorgeous. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. I confirmed that. Yeah. And shout out to your husband as well.
Yes.
SOJ. I don't want to bait him up, but we're broadcasting live. But yes, SOJ, he's my guy. I like him. I hope he used some of the tips that I told him.
Oh,
he would know what I told him, where I told him.
Okay, sharing tips. Okay.
Yes. So, this is one of the things. So since we're on the discussion of support, you're a married woman. You're a mother.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of the things you used to do you're still doing, but I know you've still got your studio, your Vashes studio.
Yeah.
You've now started a podcast. You'll be going back to work soon.
Hopefully very soon, yeah.
Now, as a mom, as a woman and as a mom, is this... I'll just have this conversation with you straight. I don't want to say is this feasible. How do you think this will impact on your ambitions? How will that impact on your personal life? Because, some people say a woman can't have it all.
Yeah.
And then how has your ambition has it had an effect on your marriage? Because some men, I'm not saying all men, and I'm definitely not saying SOJ, some men are intimidated by ambitious women.
Yeah.
So where do you stand on that?
It's a very good question. I'm not going to lie. Do you know what? In the first 3 months after I had my baby, it took me a lot to get back up, to get back to doing what I could. And not because, I had a very easy pregnancy. My she's amazing, honestly. Like, she doesn't cry. When I say she's amazing, she's perfect. So I did not have I don't have a difficult child. I did not have a, difficult labor, pregnancy, whatever. But, it just took me a lot to find myself again. Okay. And it was just a matter of, I've just had a baby. That baby was just my whole mind revolved around that baby. Like, majority of the time, I didn't even acknowledge my husband, because I just thought, well, you're a grown up, look after yourself. Yeah. And it took me a lot to get back to, there'll be days where I could literally stay at home a whole week, not step out. that I would just be indoors because I just felt like, where am I going to?
Yeah.
And I think we've been a new mum as well. It's hard because even with your friendship group, you don't realize, but you lose a lot of more friends. They say when you get married, you lose friends. But when you actually have a baby, you lose more friends. The people that you see regularly, you don't even see anymore.
Yeah.
Like because you don't have the time. And even when you have the time, you just want to be yourself. You want to be by yourself. So for me to now, it took a while for me to get back to where I wanted to be. So even going back to doing Vashes, so that I didn't start down until like middle of this year, like June, July. I had my baby in March.
Yeah.
And I had to push myself because I just thought to myself, one day I just woke up and I just thought to myself, who are you? Like, I couldn't, I didn't understand who I was anymore.
Yeah.
I remember that day I was talking to my husband and I was just crying. I was just thinking to myself, I don't know who I am. Like, yes, I'm a mum. Yes, I'm your wife. But apart from that,
Who are you?
who am I?
Yeah.
Like, who am I? I literally was asking myself that question. Like, what do I do? Like, I don't even have time for myself. I don't give time for myself. My life is either a baby, husband, cooking, cleaning, this, that, that. And I just thought, you know what? I need to get out of this or else I'm going to lose myself. I literally I was looking depression in the eye and I just thought, nah, that's not going to be me. Like, I'm not going down that route. We need to get back to where we were. Yeah. So decided, I need to get my little studio running. Luckily for me, I'm blessed with a great mother-in-law who has a shop. I opened my little studio at the back of our shop. So I was able to get started. And because she's self-employed, she was able to help with the baby. So if I had customers, the baby would be with her. We were all in the shop together and it really helped a lot. I think having that support there is one key factor. Like if you don't have support, especially in this country, it's very isolating for new moms. In Nigeria, like, everybody looks after your child.
Yes,
you have neighbors that will
yes.
literally collect your child and go. I remember when we was younger, my mom used to say, like, she could go, like, a whole week and not see me or my sister because neighbors are taking us. And she had no worries.
Worry about,
You can't do that here. Unless you trust that person. And even then, you still have to be very careful with who you trust.
Even if you trust them, you don't know how much of an inconvenience you're being to the person.
Exactly. You don't want to be an inconvenience. But because it's my mother-in-law, I'm just like, bro, you wanted this grandchild, look after the grandchild. Like, take her. That's your baby now.
Shout out to SOJ's mom.
Honestly, like, she's amazing for me. She's been a blessing to me. So I'm like, take your grandchild. That's your child now. I don't want it anymore. But having that support has been a key thing. Now, being ambitious, I think for it not to affect my marriage, I think myself and Soj have an understanding and we have a lot of talk, so we communicate a lot. So what we do is, we just talk. And I think we're both on the same path. So we talk about what we want to do in the next year or so, where we want to be, what we want to be doing, and how we're going to get there. Yeah. So it's just having that communication. I mean, we just actually last weekend we went on a couples weekend away, and with that as well, I had to bring in my vision board, like ascertaining to everybody, like, we must do this. So, we had the vision board, put ideas on paper, like, this is where we want to be. We want to be retired by the age of 40. We want to be doing this. But how are we going to get there? What do we need to do to get there? And, we're literally putting ideas to people like, okay, this is the next move. This is what we want to do. I think it's literally just communicating with each other. Yeah. And honestly, going back to work it's not been a fear of mine. When I had my baby, I said I didn't want to go back to work. But ideally, realistically, I have to because bills got to be paid.
Bills got to be paid, yes.
But, finding that balance, I think it's just something that I just feel like when I get to that stage, I will have to just cross that bridge when I get there. And it's more of, do I want to make that sacrifice now so I can enjoy later? Or do I want to enjoy now and be suffering later? I think that's how I see it. So it's like, I could either do everything now and reap the rewards later, or just be working for the rest of my life type of thing. And I don't really want to be like, the way I see it, I want in the next 5-10 years, I want to be able to not be working.
Right.
Be at home. If I'm working, it's because I want to, and it'll be my business. Be at home, be able to spend time with my kids, and that's literally all I want to be able to do.
So you've said a couple of things that I'll quickly point on.
Yeah.
So clearly you've got your own personal passion and drive, and that's why you're able to get up and do stuff.
Yeah.
But you see, after you had your baby, as you said, you didn't understand this is what child motherhood is. It looks all glamorous. And a lot of women go through that, not understanding that. I don't want to say it's normal, but they're not alone in that, Jen, because I understand what you're saying, because my wife went through something similar. And I didn't understand. This is the other thing. It's good that you have a very good line of communication with your husband. My wife used to tell me, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, but who am I? That question bugged me.
Yeah.
What kind of nonsense question was that? That was what I was thinking.
You're you in it.
I didn't get it. For me, I didn't get it. And obviously, and we're 15 years into our relationship. And later on, did I understand that a woman also needs to be themselves. Because a man, I'm here in the studio with you.
Yeah.
Who's with the kids?
Go. Yeah.
Who's with the kids?
Yeah.
She's the one with the kids. But for a woman, it's different.
It is.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be if you're sharing responsibilities.
I mean, I say I communicate with my husband. Doesn't mean he actually understands what I'm saying.
You see, I'm not having that. Estrogen's my guy.
I need to hammer it in a few times. Like, bro.
I'm not having that from you. No, I'm not having that from you.
It's true, though. It's true. Like,
that's my guy.
Do you know what it is? I just feel like guys just don't understand. And it's like, I just feel like men will never understand. I mean, they will never truly fully understand because they're not the ones that, I mean, the first few months, I mean, I remember Suji would just be like, yeah, I have to go this. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah. You didn't have to, in my head, it's like, you didn't have to think about that. You just told me and you're going.
And you're gone, yeah.
If I have to go out, I'm thinking, okay, right. So I have to give you advance notice. Yes. I have to plan the baby's food, make sure the baby's bath, make sure the baby's okay, do this, do that, do that, make sure you have dinner to eat.
Yes.
But you just up and go.
Yes.
And that really used to bug me. Yes. Oh my God. I'd be like, are you okay? Where are you going? No, sit at home. We're sitting at home together.
If I can't go, you
can't go. Where are you going to?
Yes, yeah. I totally understand that. But so now I understand.
Yeah.
That. But you
after
see,
the third child.
No. Before. But it took me a very long time, and now I understand that sometimes. I'm not saying I fully understand, but I know I can make small actions.
It makes a big difference.
For instance, my wife would love to cook. She loves cooking, and I'm thankful for that. If she's cooking, you take care of the kids. Even if it's go and do your homework, go and take a bath, brush your teeth. She doesn't have to do everything. Yeah. You know, things like that.
Do you know what? It's so crazy that you say that. And I think what a lot of guys, I mean, I had to have this conversation. I had to be like, you know, my love language is acts of service.
Yes.
So for me, acts of service is a big thing. So it's like, don't buy me nothing. I don't want I don't even want your money. Keep it to yourself. But wash those dishes. I'll love you for life.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want. So if I'm doing this, do that.
Yes.
Or just stand with me in the kitchen and let's have this conversation. Or just be around me and look busy. You might not be doing it to the best of your abilities, but I know you're doing something, and that's taking away from what I still need to do.
Yeah, you don't feel isolated.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of women. I don't know if it's in relationships or in motherhood, but I gather because I talk to a lot of other women as well. There's a sense of isolation with women because you always have to be the mother, the wife, and
everything.
Yeah, you get lost.
You're the house.
Yeah, you get lost in that. So as you said, for me, for instance, I take the kids. I take my younger one to school in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm the one who picks him up. She would. I would drop him. She'll pick him up. So we do.
Yeah.
We do things like that rather than everything relying
On her.
On her. So I understand what you've just said there, and that's quite important. But now that you're a mother, a professional, an entrepreneur,
Just about. Yeah.
yeah, you've also started your podcast. Now, with your podcast, I know you've got a co-host.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Shirley.
Shirley, that's right. So with Shirley, you and Shirley, I think these are things that men should listen to.
Yeah.
And I tell you the reason why. Knowing you, I know you can't keep your gob quiet. You're like, I know, but you're putting it to good use.
Exactly.
And I think when you're listening to your partner or your spouse, you don't quite hear. You're hearing. You can't.
You hear, but you're not listening.
Listening, right? But when you hear it from a different perspective,
It's like,
oh, is this what it means? And I tell guys, I'm like, listen, if you want to make a woman, this is what people don't understand. People think I'm too domesticated.
Nah.
People think I'm whipped. My wife has me on the. They say this a lot, and they don't understand. When my wife is happy,
You're happier. You're happy, and that a lot of guys don't understand that. It's like if I come home and everything's clean and I feel like I don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
mate, it's going down.
Yeah, and
it's going down. Right. But if I'm washing dishes to put in the child, better go to bed.
Let me tell you something, right? I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you after. No, we are live. No. I'll tell you after. But all I'm gonna say to you is, I didn't understand it because my wife used to say, "Look, she has to do the dishes, get them to bed, tidy up the house, do the washing." When you look at it, it's like.
From the outside, it's like it's not a lot. Just do it, innit? But
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm not gonna lie. I respect mothers.
Yeah.
I really like. And if you've witnessed childbirth in your life, I don't know how it is. I don't want to be condescending and talk about the woman's experience of it.
Yeah.
From a man's experience of it, if you've ever seen what a woman goes through, especially my wife. My wife is quiet. But I think she's mean. She can be horrible. I hate silent treatment. I hate that. Like, I hate. I don't want to.
Oh, gosh.
But you see, when she's in pain, in child labor, it's different. It's different. I don't know. What were your expectations of labor compared to what actually happened?
It's a bit of a weird one for me because obviously I already had like a pre-experience before that. Yeah. So I kind of knew what to expect. Right. So my mom was just like, you know what, Vicky, remember that time? Now imagine that times 2. So I was just like, okay, thanks for that, Mum. I'll keep that in mind. So already for me, I was just like, I know what it's going to feel like. It might be worse. It was bad. Yeah. I think I was crying after. So I was just like, no, I can't do this. I want to go home. Like, no, take this baby out. I remember they would literally send me back from the hospital because I wasn't dilated. I'm just like, take the baby out.
Dilated.
Take the baby out.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, I was only in labor 3 hours. Thank God. Yeah. And I had a water birth. Yeah, I had a water birth as well. So that was amazing. It felt like I was just on clouds. So.
Any drugs or whatever?
I was on gas. I had gas. But gas on water, I was just whew,
it
floating.
Felt calming. Yeah.
It was calming. It was soothing. And I had the best team as well. I had the midwife I was with. She was amazing. For me, I feel like when I hear other people's labor story, I'm like,
was there Soji there for the
Soji was there. So I had Soji and my mum as my birthing partners. So Soji's just like, I just heard him screaming, oh my God, I can see the air, there's only water. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Were you on your back or were
No,
you on
I was
your
on my
knees?
knees.
Okay.
Yeah, it was easier. I don't know why they told me to sit on their back because I tried it and I was just like, well, you people are telling me to push. I'm pushing, but nothing's happening. I was like, nah, this isn't working. I just got on my knees and boom, the baby came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. The first experience really humbled me.
Yeah.
The second experience made me really love my wife. Not that I didn't love, but it's like I
Yeah,
had
it changes your. But you know, I feel like the first time it doesn't really hit you guys as much.
Yeah,
Cause...
I mean, it was a humbling experience. Don't get me wrong, but it was a humbling experience becoming a father.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, look at life.
Yeah.
The second one was like, oh my God, look at my wife. And then with the
I think
third,
I need to have the second one.
oh my God, I'm serious. I'm telling you, like. My wife on the second one, she ate healthy and everything. The first child, between contractions and childbirth, the whole process was about 28 hours.
Whoa.
And when I heard that you see, when you just said that word dilated, I hate it, because I think after 24 hours she was only 7 meters.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, 4 centimeters dilated after 24 hours. So that whole dilated, but then with the second, in about 3 hours or so, she was already
quicker.
7. And by the way, this is another. Oh my God, don't make fun of me. I didn't know the more kids you have, the quicker childbirth is. I didn't know this. So, Vicky, imagine my surprise. The first one was 28 hours.
So you're like,
I said, now we've got
States
time.
it.
We got to the hospital at 1:30. She had the baby at 1:38. I'm not joking. I was taking my time thinking we're cool.
This baby's not covered.
We're cool. No, the whole thing was about 3.5 or maybe 4.5 hours.
Wow.
With the third child now,
That one just slipped out.
2 hours, everything. Like literally, I delivered the baby myself.
Oh wow.
In the car park of the
You
hospital.
didn't even get into the hospital?
We didn't get to the hospital.
No.
That's another story. But yes. And this is what I'm saying. So it was after they were like, yeah, you should know now. This is your third child. Know what?
This is why you need to go to the birthing classes.
What is you push now? You push.
No.
Push you. Yo, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
It
gets quicker.
I had no idea.
So I'm expecting my next child 2 minutes out.
Oh my God. Yeah, good luck with that. I feel, and this is the thing, I know when you're in the experience, I don't know if you remember or not, but for a man, it's horrible seeing the woman that you love in pain, and then you can't do anything about it. It can't, like, I didn't know how to comfort her.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I didn't know how.
I think that's why I had to have my mum there, because I feel like Suji was just like, it was telling me, it's fine. And I'm just like, that's not what I want to hear. Don't tell me it's fine. Yeah. I know it's fine, but I want to shout right now. So don't tell me it's fine.
For the first, I just kept on saying sorry.
So what's the way you telling me sorry?
What? I think my wife broke up with me twice during the first childbirth. But obviously after the first, more experience, I was just, sometimes just be there to be abused.
Yeah, basically.
That's
just be there. I mean, you did this to me, so take it.
That was the other thing. During the second childbirth, the second one, I was like, I will never do this to you again. I was like, this is me. I said, I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person. But no. You know what? Shout out to all the mothers everywhere, man.
You do really well. Honestly, we underestimate ourselves. And I feel like until you become a mother, every woman really doesn't know how strong they are.
That's
until you become a mother. It's a phenomenal experience.
I think with women, and I think this is easier said than done, but I'm saying this from my point of view. For a woman, if you've been through childbirth and you've held down, you've gone through all the adversity in your life, already by default, women are at a disadvantage to men.
Yeah.
It's not a level playing field already, straight away, right? And then in addition to that, you become a wife, you become a mother and all that kind of stuff.
And you have to be doing excusa.
I think every woman who's gone through that should realize that they're stronger than they are. Yeah. One, you can achieve anything. Anything they can. And I was telling somebody this at work. I think it was this week or last week. I said, I respect women. I'll tell you the reason why. You see, a woman who knows her power and her prowess.
And chooses not to use it.
Because one that
fearful.
Does. One, because you can build empires and you can crumble empires. That's the bit I fear. That you keep a good woman on side, she'll be great to you. Whether it's friends, sisters, family members, wife, love, whatever. Yeah? You see, the moment one turns on you, please enter prayer.
Honestly.
Enter
Do
fasting.
you know what? It reminds me of like
Please.
when me and Suji were dating, and there were times where he would wrong me. And I'd just say to him, I'm like, if I cook for you, be scared. Because I could be poisoning you and you won't know.
You won't know.
But the thing is, I just feel like I'm such a nice person. Like, I feel like I mean, no one's ever wronged me to the point where I feel like I might kill someone. But I know myself and I know what I'm capable of. And I feel like if I ever get to that point, and that's why I've never been in a fight, because I'm scared of what I would do.
Yeah.
So I try to avoid violence. I mean, the last time I hit someone, teeth almost got knocked out. So I'm like, yeah, no, never again. So I'm like, I stay away.
Yeah.
When I see red, I see red.
Yeah,
So I'd rather
I'm
not
the
see
same.
red.
I've actually been warned not to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. You know, they say some people don't know how to get angry. I'm one of those. I don't get angry. So when I do get angry,
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
And people will be looking at you like, why are you angry?
Do you know, and the problem with me is when I'm angry, I actually forget what I'm angry about. I'm just now angry. And now you're talking sense to me. It's like, no.
Because when you were doing your own, I did complain.
yeah.
Let me do my own.
Like, no, I don't even care. It's like, I'm going to spaz
Let me
out.
do my own.
Yeah, no, I totally
Yeah.
understand and I agree that.
Do you know, like, and this is like, even going back to, you know, getting pregnant and having a baby, I'm just like, I completely understand women that choose not to go through that process because, like I said, it's a life-changing experience.
It is.
I mean, just pregnancy itself, going your body doing the most, you can't control it for 9 months. You're doing all that changes is going on in your body. You have no control whatsoever for 9 months. And then you have the baby, that's it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Women that choose
You
not to
just
do
listened
that.
to the first part of my conversation
I
with
know,
Vicky,
do you know what?
Because-
director of
I think we should talk
Vashes
about this,
and
actually, because
co-host of
I think
the
there's
Two
this-
Tired Moms
How am I
podcast.
going to put it?
Please join us
By
next week
default.
for the second.
By default,
Thank you.
women
You
are
have just
expected to
listened
get
to.
married.
You have just
Have
listened to.
babies.
You have just listened
Right,
to
by
the Faculty Podcast. The Noble Faculty Podcast.
You know, if that's what
You have just listened
right? I
to
love my wife.
the Noble Faculty Podcast.